Hey, everybody. Photo sharing discussion 234. Talk about a synergistic number, huh? 234 for May 20th, 2018. Almost to the end of May, and which means June is right around the corner. Kind of amazing how fast the year is going here. But we're definitely into summer weather now. We've had upper 80s most of the week, and the humidity's starting to ratchet up a little bit. So summer is here. It is definitely here, and we're kind of locked in here for the next 4 months probably till we get to mid-September at least, before we usually get a break in the humidity. So we're all good to go here for summer here in the Atlanta area. Really fast week, man. Things went by really quick. Super busy with work again. I didn't get out with the camera, but I did have intentions of getting out with the camera this last week, and went through and kind of sorted through my film holders, sheet holders for the Chamonix camera, and I forgot, and then realized as soon as I saw them that I had a few that still had sheets of film in them, left over from the fall, which was the last time I used a camera right before the holidays. And the problem was, though, I couldn't remember what sheets were in what holders. In other words, which were black and white and which were color. And so I meant to get into the dark room, basically into the hall bathroom. Put the blanket over the door, block out the light, and go through and figure out which film is which in there by feeling the little tabs on the film. And I didn't get around to doing that this weekend. So I'm going to try to do that maybe tonight or tomorrow, and get that figured out, and maybe go out with the camera here this week. But yeah, it's kind of surprising, and maybe a little frustrating, because I had everything on my I had a little database app on my phone where I could log in the sheet of film, what holder it was in. I've got the film number. The film holders are numbered, like 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B through there. And so I had that numbered, and every time I would load in film in there, I'd go into the little online little database I created and put that in holder 1A is FP4, and in holder 2 is the Ektar. And did that, and that worked out great, because I could take the phone with me when I'm out in the field with the camera, record each image as I shot it, what it was, what the exposure was, take a picture of a digital picture of the scene so I can match everything up when I get through. The problem was that the little application I was using, it's called Memento. It's a database. It has a link to, when you enter it, it'll automatically upload to a spreadsheet on Google Sheets. So I had it set up like that, and but it's not an automatic update. You have to manually update, and I didn't really think anything of it until the phone that it was on was my old Moto X phone that I bricked stupidly on my part, as I was trying to replace the battery that was definitely marked as non-user replaceable. But I'd done the YouTube thing and figured out how I was going to take the back off the phone and put a new battery in, because the original battery had no life in it. It wouldn't hold a charge, basically. So I said, I'll change the battery. Well, in my process of doing that, I messed up, broke a little connector, and essentially bricked the phone. The problem was, and this was entirely my fault, was I forgot to back up all of the applications before I did that. Now, most of the apps automatically back up, like Facebook and Google and some of the other apps that I have, they would automatically update and load up to the cloud. Well, this little photographic database that I created in Memento doesn't automatically update, and I forgot to open it up and hit the button to update it to the Google Sheets, which had the record of the last 5 or 6 shots on it and which film holders still had unexposed film in it. So anyway, when I bricked the phone, I lost that database. And I was able to recreate it based on the last backup up to right before all the shooting I did in the fall, but I don't know which ones were which. So I got to get into the dark room, or into the hall bathroom basically, and open up those holders, and the little notches on the side of the film will tell me which one is which, and then I can re-enter that in the database and get back up and running. So need to do that, but hopefully can get out this week. One of the mornings, maybe Wednesday or Thursday, just get out to the river nearby and do a couple shots with the new to me, the 90mm lens that I got. What was that, 2 months ago? So I need to get out with that and do that. But I got delayed because of my own stupidity. So which is not unusual for me. Hey, Dennis.
How you doing, Mark?
Good. I didn't expect you to be here tonight.
Why is that?
Because I figured you'd probably still be tired from all the celebration and you being at the ceremony and everything, the wedding yesterday. Didn't you guys have that little royal wedding thing? I figured you'd be one of the invited guests, and maybe you were one of the photographers for the event.
I was really disappointed because my invitation never arrived.
Oh, that sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah. It probably went the same way as where the president's one went.
Yeah. So what is the take? Was everybody there, like, actually as excited as they made it appear here, or did people like, whatever?
Yeah, you couldn't get anywhere near Windsor.
Okay.
No, it was. It usually is packed, thousands of people. Yeah.
Yeah, but were the all of us commoners? So are all you commoners in England? Were you happy about the royal wedding, or does it really matter?
I expect I made a major contribution to it in my taxes, of course.
Okay. Very good. Yeah, they had some great classic cars. They had the old Jag, and
yeah, that Jag was in good condition.
I
mean, obviously, the salary of a prince must be quite good.
I heard somewhere, as maybe a few weeks ago or something, that his net worth right now, because he hasn't inherited anything, but his own personal net worth right now is over 12 million at this point, which I don't know how he gets that, because he was in the army for 10 years.
Yeah, the army really does do good pay, you know.
Yeah, and I don't think so. So he had that. Well, it probably got it from his mom, I guess, and inherited, when his mom died. But
yeah, I think there was left quite a substantial fund when Princess Diana died.
Yeah.
It's all in trust for a minute, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I think his grandmother's down to her last 4 billion, you know, so they'd have to go cap in hand and beg.
Yeah. Oh, man. What is she, 93 or something now?
Yeah, it's getting on a bit. I mean, Prince Philip's 97 next month.
Wow. Yeah, well, they look like they were at least partially self-propelled. They were able to get out of the car and walk a little bit. So.
He's just had hip replacement as well. He's doing all right, isn't he?
Yeah.
They've probably got a better medical plan than we have. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they do. Well, the weather was nice yesterday, so that was nice.
Very nice. Yeah. I mean, it's all history. You know, it's that's what it's all about, I suppose.
Yeah.
Personally, royalty in the 21st century is a bit archaic now.
Just a bit.
Privilege. It is privilege, you know. So.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a chance to becoming the president of the United States.
Yeah.
I've got no chance of becoming the king of England.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I think there's. I was telling my friend today the conspiracy theory here now, because she is Meghan is she's American.
Not anymore.
Well, is she renouncing her citizenship, or will she carry dual citizenship?
She was given British citizenship because Americans are not allowed to accept titles, are they?
But I wonder if will she still retain dual citizenship with U.S.? I don't know.
Yeah, I know one of our radio presenters who died recently. He was an Irish citizen, but they gave him a knighthood, which made him a sir. But I think under the Irish government's rules, they can't use the title. I think Obama was given a title by the Queen as well, wasn't he? So,
yeah. So I wonder, I'm betting that even though the British government said, yeah, you're now a British citizen, there's this special, deal going on where she can still be an American citizen too.
Yeah, well, you can have dual nationality, I think.
Yeah, so I'm thinking she probably has dual nationality, and the evil scheme that you guys have cooked up there is they'll have kids, so they're going to have a kid, and one of their children is going to come back and become president, and then that's how they're going to take back America.
Well, that's probably right. Yeah, it's the long-term plan.
Yeah, it's a long play, but I figure sometime around 2060 or so. Yeah, one of those kids is going to come back as a 43-year-old or something like that, and run for president and win. And then one of his first actions will be like an executive order that'll say, that whole revolution thing didn't happen, so we're now we're part of Britain.
Yeah. Well, it seems strange to see Meghan standing at the front of the chapel singing "God Save the Queen." Very patriotic.
Yeah, well, you gotta if you want to play the game, I guess you got to obey the rules, I guess, huh?
Yeah. It's just like the president doesn't bow to the Queen. But I think there's always that little nod, acknowledgement of, it's a strange old system, bowing and scraping to these people. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
They're all criminals from the past. They were the gang leaders and used to play with your mates to make sure you stayed in power.
Oh yeah, no, I mean there's definitely a long and storied history behind all that.
That's right. Yeah, it's like that place I visited, the monastery. Yeah, the abbot said something nasty about King Henry VIII, so he had him hung off a tree. Yeah. Stole the property. That's what you do.
Yeah, well, it was like I woke up I slept in a little bit yesterday morning. By the time I woke up, I guess everything was over for the most part. They were leaving the chapel and were going wherever they go. But I saw a lot of photographers out there, so it was probably lots of.
I can imagine. The day before, the news people who were going to do all the commentary on the wedding, they said they couldn't find anywhere to stay, anywhere near Windsor Castle, because all the American networks had booked every room.
Yeah, there was just way too much coverage. I mean, I'm not really into the whole royalty celebrity kind of thing, but. Yeah, they covered every. I mean, yeah, we had CNN here had they have 8 people commenting on it, and they had a really nice. They were on some place where they had a perfect view of.
It is a magnificent castle.
Oh, it is
the largest castle in the world, and it's never been in a battle. Nothing's ever tried to knock it down. It's that fire they had a few years ago.
Yeah, no, and they had a couple. Images, when they got in the Jag and drove off, there was nobody around. It was this total.
Well, that's the private estate. That's the Long Mile. Yeah, I mean that castle sits in acres and acres of parkland. Yeah, I mean Prince Andrew lives there. There's houses within the estate, all owned by the Queen, I suppose, or the government owns it all.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, ultimately. Yeah, that's just that whole concept of royalty is kind of interesting. But yeah, they definitely have a large chunk of land there, don't they? Is it thousands? It's probably thousands of acres, I would imagine.
It's a big chunk, and it's right on the Thames, right on the River Thames. And,
Yeah.
It's a very nice area. Yeah, it's going to be probably as expensive as living down the road from Buckingham Palace. You know.
Oh man, yeah. Just imagine those developers just wishing they could get their hands on that property.
Yeah, in your dreams.
Put up some condos and a hotel here and there, and some overpriced restaurants. Yeah, they could do a lot with that.
Yeah.
Well, good. So you got out. Looks like you got out with the camera a little bit here this week, which is good.
Yeah. When I see Meghan is now the Duchess of Sussex. He's the Duke. There's the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Their new title. What they've.
Now, where is Sussex in relation?
Sussex is not far from here. The country's made into counties, you know. I live in Essex.
Okay. All right.
And then next to Essex is Suffolk, and then Norfolk. And they're all basically the dukes of the kings in the past. You know, the friends of the king were granted estates, thousands of acres of estates. And you had Norfolk, Sussex, Suffolk, you know, all these people were people. But the counties have retained the names of the old people. Sussex is not a bad area, actually. It's down past Kent, which is on the other side of the River Thames. You'd have to have a look at a map of the UK to show you all the counties.
So they're the Duke and Duchess of Sussex.
Yeah.
So is her family isn't. Is anybody from Harry's somewhere? Are they? Oh, they had the whole thing at some point. So I mean, I guess they're from everywhere. I was just wondering if there's anybody directly in the royal family from Sussex.
I've got no idea.
So they just hand out these Duke and Duchess things that are like, well, we got this one county over here that doesn't have a Duke associated with it. Okay, you're the Duke of Sussex now.
Yeah, they changed their names anyway, Mark, because when the First World War started, they were the House of Hanover, with a German. They're all Germans. They're descended from Germans, the royals. Yeah, so.
That's right. Yeah.
So they changed it to Windsor. You see, because having a Germanic name wasn't a good idea, I suppose.
Probably was not the right. Wasn't the right. Yeah. They made a good decision changing to Windsor.
Yeah.
So now he's Harry Windsor, Duke of Sussex.
Yeah.
Or now is he Harry Sussex?
Yeah, and his brother, of course, William, who will become king after Charles.
Yep.
His father's Prince Charles, obviously.
Yes.
But I don't suppose he'll be ever becoming a king.
No, in order for him to be king, his brother would have to die. His brother's kids would have to die. Yeah.
Yeah, because obviously it would be Charles next. Then it's going to be William, and the eldest. And then it's his children now, and he's on his third, I think.
Yeah, so he's got three, and he's got three backup after him. And then Charles. I mean, who knows? I mean, as long as his mother's lived, I mean, Charles could make it to 95, and he's probably 70 or so at this point. He's close to 70.
No, I think he's probably 69 at least. Yeah, he's near enough 70. If he's not already turned 70. But.
Yes, I mean, so if the Queen were to pass tomorrow, he would become king, and he's 70. And if he has the genes of his parents, I mean, with medical care, he could easily make it to 95, which means William is now. He's going to be like 65 when he becomes king then.
Yeah, that's right. If the guy lives long enough, he's...
Yeah. I mean, why? I don't know. Why become a royalty and then stand in line hoping? I'd rather just be a commoner. I don't have to worry about all these titles.
Yeah, it must be terrible living the lifestyle they do live.
Actually, I mean, they've got a lot of money and everything, but I would not want that lifestyle because it's totally, you have zero privacy completely. It's
they've done a popularity survey on our TV tonight, and it showed the Queen at probably 87%
Okay.
for the public's popularity, and each one. Then Charles had 4%.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it went on to like William.
Mm-hmm. Imagine he's probably pretty high.
He was probably 68, and I think Harry is 69 because he's obviously in the news, you know. But Meghan was 37.
Oh, well, you know, she's just.
So that's not going to go down too well with her father-in-law, is it? You know, he's only standing at 4%, right?
Yeah, she's new. Give her a little bit of time. She'll.
His wife was minus 37, I think.
Oh, Camilla.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just a messed up thing. All that happened there.
Yeah. I know it's good to see all the. I mean, it's a photographer's paradise, isn't it? All the soldiers in their uniforms and the cavalry and. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. If you were, if you got the ticket, you know, the pass to be a photographer, that would be interesting to do that. You know, all the. You'd have to go with all the right gear. You'd have to have your long lenses. Yes, you would. Yep, that is for sure. Expensive long lenses. Yeah, that is for sure. So, yeah, well, that's kind of, you know, I'm not really into. I watched a little bit of it, and I'm like, yeah, the weather was nice and the scenery was nice. I like the, you know, all the. Yeah. But all what I thought was really interesting was the gospel choir. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the preacher. You know, he was. Yep. The sermon and the gospel choir were a little bit different. Yeah, that's way off the typical service. Yeah, that's way off of a royal occasion in this country. Mm-hmm. There was definitely a one-off. Yeah, that was totally. Yeah, I mean that was more of a southern sermon, and the choir too. I mean that'd be something you would see in an Episcopal church here. Yeah, if you see like past weddings when Charles married Diana, it was like all the carriages and all the cavalry on the horses, and there wasn't any gospel choirs in any of their stuff. No, it was quite good because it made it different. Yeah, they kind of broke the mold a little bit, and which is probably good. I mean, I think the royal family needs to change because. Yeah. They say if you don't change, you're going to become extinct. And they don't want to do that. That's for sure. You got to carry on, keep those billions of dollars working for them. Well, obviously, it's good for tourism. Oh, yeah, it's huge. I expect there's more Americans over here at the moment than there is in America. Yeah, I guess a lot of people did go over to see that, to do that. So, yeah, I guess it's part of. It's part of history, part of your history, not part of our history, because it's the whole reason we're here and you're there. We broke away because we didn't. It must be a fairy tale come true for Meghan. Like, she marries her prince and lives in a castle. You know. Well, it was kind of interesting because they were talking a little bit about, you know, her background and Harry's former, you know, girlfriends, and the fact that you know, both of them that were serious just couldn't handle the pressure. Really, I mean, of being the princess or whatever, you know, and they just couldn't handle it. And when it seems like she is, you know, being from Hollywood and, you know, used to all that type of stuff, seems to be, you know, it's a little bit more of her element, I guess. So, well, of course, the last American to marry one of our royals caused some real havoc here. Yeah, they kind of abdicated the throne and ran off to Monaco, right? Yeah, right, yeah. He was, he had to give it up. For Grace, right? Yeah, wasn't that Grace? Isn't that who? What's it? Wallis Simpson. See, now she was a divorcee. Yeah. Well, so was Meghan. Didn't that raise a big uproar? In fact, I think it's because like she married the king, whereas he's not going to be the king, is he? You know, so. Yeah. He's just hanging on and taking advantage of all the phrases. Yeah. You're just hanging out, saying, "Okay, yeah, you got all those billions. I'll take a little bit. That's all I need, just a little bit." Yeah. It is definitely interesting. I said that's going to be the last royal wedding. There's going to be
a few royal funerals before there's going to be another royal wedding, I think.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I don't know who would be getting married next. That's all of them. Isn't it?
I guess it would be one of
One of the children.
one of William's kids, I guess, right? Or how about Andrew's? Don't they have?
I think they're all married. Yeah.
Yeah. So who knows? Lots of royal intrigue.
Yeah. They're not likely to die out anytime soon.
No, they're not. No, they make sure to keep the line going, keep it moving forward. So you got out with the camera a little bit here this last week, looks like.
Yeah. I tell you what I did do. I loaded up. I loaded up some 4x5.
Okay.
In the cassettes, and then I took them out of the bag, and I put them in with the camera.
Okay.
And then I went back and I put the developing tank and the 120 slide inside the bag, and then I went off and done something else. I came back into the room, put my arms in the bag, and I loaded the film into the box, into the tank.
Oh,
without zipping up the back of the bag.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
yeah, that's the first time I've ever done it, but yeah, that fogged it completely. Right.
A few slightly overexposed images.
Yeah, it was completely clear, apart from some very faint images on the corners.
Oh wow, yeah.
That's the first time I've ever done that. I think it was because I stopped doing it and I came back to it later.
Yeah, you got distracted and lost what you were, lost your train of thought and came back and yeah.
Yeah, I was doing too many things at once. I was unloading into the tank, and then I was loading those 4x5 holders, film holders, back up.
Okay.
While I had the light bag there, I was loading them back up with Provia.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I took that out of the bag and I put the film and the tank in the bag. I will get them out of the sunlight and put them in the camera bag. So I left the room, came back, and I just sat down at the front, put my hands in.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't until I'd finished and I walked around the back and I see the zips were still open. And I thought, oh. Yeah. I developed it hoping that they hadn't fogged, but they had. It was just, it wouldn't take much. It wouldn't take much.
Yeah, no, it's you've got to be really. I've done that with a couple of sheets where I've just gotten a little bit of where the zipper wasn't completely closed.
Yeah,
and just that little bit. I mean, that's all it takes. It's done.
Oh, you might as well have a searchlight in there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much done. So I do it. I just concentrate exactly on what I'm doing, and I go really slow, and I double check everything. And although, as I was saying before you popped on, I was going to go and go out with the 4x5 this week, but then I remembered that I still had some holders with film in it left over from the fall. But I said, oh, I'll just open up my app on my phone and figure out which one's which. Well, I didn't have it because the app on my phone, I forgot to back it up before I accidentally bricked my phone a month ago. So I have no idea what's in what. So now I've got to go into the dark, into the bathroom, darken it out, and then just figure out, by the notches which one's which. But I have 3 film holders that are full, but I don't know what's in them because the little database app was on my old phone when I forgot to back it up before I accidentally bricked it. So
did you not write on the holder what's in it?
No, all I have on the holder is a little piece of tape that says, like this is holder 1 side A, holder 1 side B, and then I have a little database app that I have on my phone where I would say, okay, on May 15th, I loaded holder 1A with Ektar, and 1B was Ektar, and that type of thing. And that's how I'd always kept track of it. But so I loaded up a bunch of stuff last fall, used about half of it, still had a few holders with stuff, and they're still sitting there with film in it. And I recorded it, but I forgot to back up the database to the cloud in whenever. And then when I messed up my phone, of course, obviously I trashed the app and I couldn't access it. And the backup I had was before I did all that. So
on my film holders, I've got 2 white windows at the top.
Oh, okay.
So I've got like A, B sides.
Okay.
In the other window, I write in pencil, Forma Pen or Provia.
Oh, okay.
So I know when I put it in the bag, and because it's pencil, you can just rub it off.
That might be a good idea. Yeah, because I mean the holders I have a little, like dry, white strip that you can write on and wipe off.
Yeah, so that's what I use, the white strip with a pencil, just to put what film's in there.
Yeah, and you just put an abbreviation, FO for Fomapan or Ektar EK or 4 for FP4 or whatever. Yeah.
It's like the Bronica, the little window at the back where you slide in what film's in there. When you open the film cassette, it's the same size as the lid, basically.
Okay.
So you slide what's in there, like Agfa or whatever.
Yep.
It stays in the back. And what I've done now is I've used one of those. I've turned it over and I've written empty on it.
Okay.
Because I've got 3 backs.
Oh, okay.
If I take the film out and then it sits on the shelf for 3 months, you pick them up and you think, is there a film in the camera? Did I load it? You can't remember. Yep. So now I've got little empty signs on them, or I've got the actual film box.
Okay. You put in there. Yeah. So as long as you remember to flip the thing to either empty or whatever, then you're fine. Yeah, you come back to it and look at it and say, oh, empty. And then hopefully you're right, because when you open it up, if it's not empty, then it's empty anyway because you can't use the film that's in there.
I have accidentally done that. When I was taking a back off, I didn't push the right button and I pushed the 2 levers at the top, which sprung the actual back with the film in.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Luckily, I'd already rewound it, so
oh, okay.
It didn't expose anything, which was good.
yeah. Otherwise, that would have been a wasted roll of film for sure. Huh? Yeah. So I've got to go back and maybe I'll do that tonight or tomorrow. I've got to go back into the bathroom, hang my blanket over the door to block out all the light, and then just go in and figure out which one's which. I think I know, but I want to make sure before I go out with them.
Is that a difference like between color and black and white?
Yeah, that's exactly the difference. Yeah.
So you got to find out, haven't you? Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the only 2 films I've ever used in the Chamonix is the FP4 or the Ektar. So
I was going through my 4x5, and I've got about 70 sheets of 4x5 color.
Okay.
20 of them are Provia, and I've got an unopened box of 50 Ektar.
Wow, 50. That's a lot.
Yeah, so I thought, well, I should try Ektar next. I've tried the Provia.
I put a box of 50. That's a good sized box. Is it expired stuff?
Oh yeah, it's expired about 15 years ago, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
It's unopened.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you've got it in a freezer right now?
No, I just got it in the cupboard. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I developed some Provia this week for a sheet of 4x5, which I've put up. And, that's 15 years out of date.
Okay.
And it's still quite reasonable, I thought. I used Bellini chemicals to do it. So
okay. All right.
Still iffy about whether I like that or not.
Yeah. Well, it's. I'm sure it changes a little bit, but like you said, even if it's that long out of date, as long as it hasn't been abusively stored.
Yeah.
You get
cosmic radiation. That's it. Yeah.
Well, so you're storing in a lead-lined cabinet then, so no cosmic radiation is.
Yeah, that's what you got to do, because they say that it passes through everything. Cosmic particles just will do the emulsion in
over time. Yeah, it will. Yeah, eventually. But obviously, I guess 15 years is not long enough for it to do any significant amount.
No, I couldn't see any problem with it. The only problem was the photographer, because when we set the camera up, it was a really bright sunny day, and I said to Tim, we're going to have to do this in the shade. We have to take the picture in the shade because otherwise it's going to be so contrasty.
Mm-hmm.
So we took the picture, but of course, being positive film, it's not got much latitude, and the darks are still dark. You know, there's no detail in the shadows. You know, it's
yeah.
We needed a day which was bright but not so sunny. You know, where
you needed a bright day with light cloud cover, basically.
Yeah. It was because it was really bright sunshine where you squint if you didn't have sunglasses on. You know.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah. That's you needed a big softbox in the sky.
Yeah, exactly.
Dilute it a little bit. High thin clouds is enough to dilute that kind of light, and it can still be sunny and bright, but not glaring. Yeah.
And because we were taking pictures into the shadow, I never noticed that the front standard on the camera was not set up properly. Right? And you'll see on the bottom there's shadow.
Oh.
Whereas I didn't have full coverage of the 4x5 because I hadn't dropped this front standard down to its correct position.
Oh, okay, so you were out of the range of the
lens. Yeah, it's all a learning curve, Mark.
No, that's all part of it. I mean, and there's so many things to think about, really, when you think,
But not as many as with a digital camera.
Yeah, that's true.
On the digital camera, I changed the lens from 90 to 50. And I keep forgetting to go into the menu and change the image stabilization from 90 to 50.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because you can, it'll change it based on the lens that's in there.
Yeah, you have to, because it's manual focus, manual lens.
Oh.
The camera doesn't know what lens it's got attached to it, so you have to tell it. Otherwise, the image stabilization won't be right for that lens.
Yeah, it'll be off by some factor. Yeah.
I mean, we've taken pictures a sixth of a second handheld with the image stabilization, and it still looks fine.
Yeah, and that's probably when you need to be able to tell the camera what basically what the focal length of the lens is. I'm sure that's what does it. So then it changes its algorithm as far as how it does the image stabilization.
Yeah, because handheld with a 90 millimeter on the front is quite a fair size. But, and if you're taking it at such low speed, when we done the one I put up, we took that at an eighth of a second into the shadows.
Okay. Yeah.
Because and that was at f/16, and he's still got blurred ears.
Yeah, that's that is the wonder of a large format.
Yeah. So I reckon I needed to rack that up to at least like f/32.
Which would be then you'd be at a quarter second basically at that point. Yeah. Well, let's go and take a look at those because that's kind of interesting. And I'm hoping there we go. Should be able to see that now. I think this is the last one from last week. Maybe there we go. My mouse is battery powered. It's a USB mouse, and it's running out of juice because I have to really pay attention when I click now.
You not got rechargeables in
it? This one, no. It just uses regular AA size batteries.
It usually eats them fast.
I have to replace them about every 3 months or so. Yeah, every 2.
I'm just using rechargeables.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they're quite good because the battery technology has moved on now. They're lithium ion.
Yeah. I've got some old NiCad ones from years ago.
Nickel cadmiums are they got memory problems, haven't they? So.
Yes, they do. I should just get a set of rechargeable lithium ion, AA's, which would be $8 or $9 probably.
You get nickel cadmium Well, and you get metal hydride now, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they are far superior.
Yeah, yep, they are.
Just checking the ones I'm using. The Duracells, do you have them in America?
Yeah, I've got the Duracell, but mine are just the regular, whatever, non-rechargeable version. Yeah, I need to look on Amazon and find something.
Yeah, some of the rechargeable batteries now are really good. The one I bought for the camera, for the Sony camera, it says they will still have 90% of their charge after a year.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas the one that Sony supplied, if I don't use the camera for 3 or 4 weeks, then it's lost half its charge. Yeah, and the ones you get off the internet last for ages, much better than the original part. Yeah.
For much less than half the price of the original
price. Yeah.
Yeah, big difference. So yeah, so this was the last one from last week. Yeah, jumping. Here's Jose, the heart of the Bougainvillees.
Yeah, he's playing with his he's got to be playing with the macro lens again. Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder. Yeah, it's probably a fairly expensive lens for the camera.
Well, it's 90 mil. What he's got there, 90 mil 2.8, is it?
Yeah, 92.8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take it they're autofocus. Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. This is pretty good here, but then it drops off. Focus drops off pretty rapidly around it.
Yeah, I would have thought you'd have to open that. You'd have to close that lens right down, wouldn't you?
I would think so. There's interesting colors, and he shot it at 7. Yeah. Maybe go to 16 and see.
Yeah, because you start getting diffraction once you go past certain. Is it? I don't know. Do they go to f22? Do they, these lenses?
They probably do.
That's about maxo, isn't it, on the 35 mil?
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, I've got a lens for my Olympus. I think it goes to f22. So yeah, probably for the Sony, I'm sure it probably has f22. But yeah, it's kind of cool. Very vivid. I don't know, is that magenta?
Do you reckon he saturated that?
Yeah, I don't know if he did any extra saturation or not, but yeah. It's it's against the red background too, so that makes it even more. The stuff that's coming through the leaf here. Yeah, it's interesting. Hey, look at that! It's Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah, now this old guy was the picture that Tim took there. I said to him, "Is your digital camera going to cope with that shirt?" Because it was.
Oh yeah, the pattern on the shirt. Yeah,
on the shirt. I was going to go to him. You're going to get like moire set up on that, but it didn't do too bad a job. But if it was autofocus, this focus was a bit off. I don't know what it was focused on. Probably was the shirt because it wasn't my face, was it?
It's not too bad. Your nose is in focus.
Yeah, it's a bit.
And the logo on your shirt is.
Yeah, I think it's got the shirt rather than.
Yeah, probably did.
He should have took manual control.
Yeah, or change the focus point to the center and then just focus right on your face.
Yeah, the hat. My daughter bought it back from Australia when she went.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like it was a nice day.
If I'd gone to the royal wedding, Mark, I would have worn that, of course.
Yeah, I mean, everybody had their hats. So I thought that was maybe what you wore to the royal wedding. Okay, this is very small flower and converted to black and white. So f11.
Yes. Now Tim put that picture up, but he's not on tonight. I said to you, haven't been on for a long time.
Oh, he hasn't been on for Tim hasn't been on for over a year, I think.
Yeah.
His schedule's changed, right? I mean, he has
Yeah, he does like different shifts.
Yeah, yeah. That's tough. Yeah, I wouldn't be hanging out on silly YouTube thing at midnight if I had to get up and go to the work next morning. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, because yeah, if I don't know what time he's got to be in the morning, but it's obviously makes it late for him.
Yeah, since it's now midnight there. Yeah. Okay, so this is that's kind of interesting. Looks like he's got is that water or dew on there? Looks like drops of water. Yeah, that's what that is. That's a I don't know how small he says a very small flower, but that's kind of neat. It's kind of neat. I like that. Got the front part in focus. Everything else, of course, is out of focus.
Yeah, I see one on Flickermark where the guy had they obviously soaked the plant, so it had loads of droplets on it.
Mm-hmm.
But you could actually see an image in the droplet.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, so that was pretty good.
Yeah, you see an image of the photographer inside the droplet. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of cool. It's neat turning out the black and white. It's a nice one. Okay, so now we got the Royal Terrace, Southend-on-Sea.
Yeah, this is on the top of Pier Hill. They got these little huts, and it's part of a flower display, you know. So it's just it looked quite colourful. So.
Oh yeah, they're very very bright. I mean the purples and.
Yeah, I when I went into Southend last, I just took the 90mm Leica.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought if I've only got one lens with me, then I have to use it.
Yeah.
But of course, I was standing across the other side of the road when I took that.
Yeah. Well, this is easy on it.
It seems to go. It works quite well on that Voigtlander adapter on the Sony.
Yeah. No.
The images, the colours are. They've definitely got that Leica. If I took the same picture with the Voigtlander 50, the colours just wouldn't be like they are on this. You know,
it would be what, a little less saturated.
Yeah, it would be like more digital.
Okay.
Yeah, so you get a good idea how far the tide goes out there. See this.
Oh yeah, I mean there's the shore right here, and it's way out. Yeah,
it's at least a mile out. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's. Do people come here for the beach? Is that what there is? Is there a beach down there?
Oh yeah. There's beaches all along the seafront there. Yeah, of course the fun fair. So you can take a train up the pier.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, it goes way out there.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, and across the other side is where you see land on the other side. That's the county of Kent.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that's a ways away from here.
It's on this island here. It's about 2 miles across. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the tide goes out halfway. Yeah, tide goes out a mile.
Yeah, all the ships go up to London to the docks and that from there. So in Thames Estuary.
Yeah, they've got. So do they dredge it to keep it deep?
No, it's about 60 foot deep out there.
Oh, okay, all right. As long as they stay in the middle, they're fine. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why when you cross the shipping lanes in your small fishing boat, they can't move. So if you don't, you get run over. Yeah.
That's true. They don't have anywhere to go except straight ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. The brakes on a container ship don't work very well.
Yeah. So this was.
These are street performers in Southend. Yeah.
Okay. I was going to ask if that was in Southend. Yeah.
And they were quite good as well.
Oh. Help for Heroes. Oh, it's a very nice mural in the background too.
Yeah, that's a closed down store, and they boarded it up with these really colourful images. So.
Oh, that's kind of nice. I like that. looks like it wasn't exactly hot. A little chilly outside, maybe. Got the
Yeah, it was a sunny day, but it was an easterly wind blowing, and it's got that coolness to it, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, that's kind of nice. And that was with the okay.
Yeah, it was the 90 mil game, so I was across the other side of the road.
Okay, yeah, no, that's nice. It gives you a little extra length. Okay, so this is okay. So this is
this is the 90 mil.
90.
But it's on the Sony.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you can see he's still got blurred ears on this as well.
Yeah, he does. Yep, his ears. And this was at what?
It wasn't wide open. It was probably about f4 or 5.6.
Okay, all right.
But
yeah, I mean, yeah, it's basically.
It's about as close as I could get without. Yeah, losing focus after that.
Yeah, and no, his ears are definitely a little blurry. So that's
a few grey hairs coming. He's going to catch his old man up soon.
Okay, so this is the
4x5.
4x5. Okay, and I see the
see the dark at the bottom.
Yep. You running out of.
I thought I had a light leak in the holder at first, but I thought no. It was. I went out there outside the range of the lens, outside the image.
The image circle. Yeah, you went over to the image circle. Yeah. Yeah, but I see what you mean about the background.
Yeah,
I mean, just boom, there's nothing out. There's nothing back there, and you couldn't find any detail when you played around with it, probably either.
I tried to like bring up the shadows, and it's just nothing there. So that's slide film for you.
But this, you said, 15 years.
This is 15 years out of date. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not too bad. I mean, the colors are. I mean, there's digital. I mean, he's a little bit more.
A bit more pinky in the face, isn't it?
Yeah. The skin tones are a little more red.
Yeah, but this could be down to those chemicals again. I wasn't very happy when you look at the chemical specs, and it says 6 minutes for cut for the first developer, and then there's an amendment saying add an extra minute if you're using Fuji. You know, and to add an extra minute could cause, you know, it's so critical, the first developer and the color.
Yeah.
I thought, yeah, whoever's worked out, you can't just say, "Oh, stick an extra minute on."
Yeah.
Without something being right.
Yeah. An extra few seconds, we're good.
Yeah, or do a longer development, and you know, it's not so critical then, is it? You know, if you do a stand development.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There's the notches at the top of the sheet.
Yeah. So this was Provia. So I've got Provia loaded again because me 120 got fogged. Maybe we'll have another play this week and increase the depth of focus on the 4x5. Okay. Yeah. And
the colors aren't too bad. The skin tones are a little more pink on the Provia. And the hair's darker, but I think that's the shadows. Yeah, there's just nothing there. I mean, a lot more detail in the shadows on this one.
Yeah.
But here it's just black.
Yeah, I had to bring the shadows up on the digital as well because we were actually photographing into like a shaded area. Having his black hair against the dark background's not a good idea.
Yeah.
But, there was nothing to bring up on the Provia.
Okay, yeah.
There isn't any detail in the shadows.
Yeah. Well, that's, like you said, that is slide though.
Yeah, this was taken with the 210 millimeter.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you were what, maybe 4 or 5 feet away?
No, I was quite close. Probably minimum focus, probably 3 foot.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. We were just playing, really, just experimenting.
Okay.
I was interested to see how the Provia was going to come out.
it comes out. I mean, it's definitely different, but I mean, the colors aren't bad. They're just a little different.
Yeah.
So what would be interesting would be to compare that to a brand new sheet of Provia.
Yeah, this
Do a
is true.
15 on one side and flip the holder over and do another, just expose another sheet of brand new within,
Yeah, I think if we do the next lot, I'll try and do it in a brighter background.
yeah.
You know, or not in direct sunlight, but if
Mhm.
it's right, if the light's right, we're going to get a lot more detail.
Oh yeah, you'll get there'll be plenty of detail there, but yeah, you can't shooting into a dark background is not you're not going to get a lot out of a slide film. You need like you said, you needed the cloudy sky with a bright sun.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll see. We'll have another play.
Yeah, yeah. Is the weather going to cooperate for you this week, do you think?
It's been really nice actually the last 3 or 4 days, but I don't know if it's going to change. Might be some rain coming, but
okay, yeah. Hopefully I get out. I'm gonna try maybe Wednesday or Thursday. I think this week should work for me to get it. Once I get sorted out what films and what holders, I got to do that first.
Did you find any chemical information? What you got in America?
I looked a little bit at it, and I have to. The cost is what was it, like $30 or something like that for the Freestyle from Freestyle camera. It wasn't I think it was their own. Was it their own brand? I think
it was. You get Tetanol in America, yeah?
You get what? Tetanol?
Tetanol, yeah.
I think so. Let's see. ColorTech C41 kit. Yeah, Freestyle Photo. There it is. 2 bath, 2.5 liters for $64. That's a lot. 2.5 liters is it's 500 milliliter concentrate of everything.
Yeah, you make it up a bit, 1 liter at a time, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
You only need a liter for a 4x5 tank, do you?
Yeah. Jobo, that's Amazon. Let's see what Amazon is. Oh, currently unavailable. Yeah, so it looks like it's about a 2.5 liter kit for $63. Now this is press kit to make 1 liter powder. It is at B&H. It's $30 for a 1 liter. For a 1 liter, 3 basically foil packets with the chemicals in it.
Yeah, that sounds expensive. C41.
Yeah, it says complete C41 development. Make 1 liter of working solution. Quick mixing formula for tank or rotary processors. $30.
Did you get the Blix with it? Just the developer.
This is a pretty sparse. Tetanol contains enough powder-based chemicals. Shelf life each can be as well suited. Yeah, it doesn't say. Now wait a minute. Developer, Blix A, Blix B, and stabilizer. So looks like, yeah. So it'd be 3 packets: stabilizer, Blix, and developer.
Right. Yeah.
1 liter.
See, I've bought some C41 by this Bellini company, which I haven't made up yet, but that's got a separate bleach and fix.
Okay, yeah.
So it should be more stable. It's the Blix that goes.
Yeah, it degrades really fast. Now this is Lomo Photography. They do it. Tetanol, ColorTech C41. Oh, this is the bottles. 3. And how much is this? 1 to 4 films. It doesn't say how much it is. But yeah, $30 or so for a liter, probably.
Well, in the UK, I think we paid about £18 for a 1 liter C41 kit. The E6, which was expensive, it's like 30.
Ultrafine Unicolor. That's interesting. Wonder who makes that. Ultrafine. Oh, that's one. That's $30 for 1 liter of stuff too. C41 developer, Blix A, Blix B stabilizer. Yeah, $30. So, that might be a case. Well, 18 pounds is probably like $22, $23, something like that.
Yeah.
So it's actually a case where it's less expensive on Treasure Island than it is here.
Yeah, I can't work that out. That's. I'm sure the British government will soon put that right, Mark.
We can't be that. We got to raise it up. Now, that's a 5-liter kit. That's a big kit. Doesn't say how much of the capacity.
You have a lot of films to develop. Yeah.
Yeah, it says capacity is 60 films.
Well, it's a 641 1 liter kit, Technol kit that we bought. Yeah, me and Tim developed over 30 rolls.
Wow.
Before we threw it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, so they're saying a 5 liter is good for 60. So by your thing, you should be able to get like 150.
I was going to buy the 2.5 liter Technol kit, and I thought I might as well buy the 1 liter.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to go off before I get that amount of film to do.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you buy the bigger kit if you just got the volume of film coming in, but yeah.
Well, I've got 70 sheets of positive to develop, so it looks like I'll be buying another E6 kit.
Yeah.
I think next time I'll get the Technol again with the Blix.
Okay.
He did a good job when we done the E6 before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're saying that this Bellini kit, the 6-bath kit, the archival properties are a lot better than the ones done in the Technol. But like Tim said, we ain't going to be around in 100 years' time to see if it worked.
Yeah. And it's probably not like any of your images are going to be saved in the the National Archives or anything too. So
yeah, this is it. Yeah, and of course, all the images you're saving on your computer, as time goes by, those formats are going to be changing. You know, are you going to have a computer in the future we can read those old formats?
Yep, that's actually very, very true. And well, yeah, I mean, all those custom formats that are coming, from all the manufacturers. That's where things get.
I mean, JPEG's going out the window, isn't it? I mean, it's a lossy saving system. Every time you open it and close it, you lose a bit more detail.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Whereas, they've got the PNG, and then they've got TIFFs.
Mm-hmm.
And there's half a dozen more coming out.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I scanned that picture of Tim on 4,000 DPI at 48 color.
Mm-hmm.
And it was 1.2 gigabyte for the one photograph.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even doing a black and white was 70 meg in a JPEG.
It adds up really fast. The difference between black and white and color is amazing.
Well, I dumbed that one down. What you're looking at to 48 meg.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to make it a low grade JPEG.
In order to get it.
There's obviously got a lot of detail in there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it definitely does. So. Yeah, it's amazing how big these files get when you start, especially doing it in color.
Yeah, scanning in color. That DPI we only did it to see how big we could get the file.
Mm-hmm.
When you click on the file, it takes 15 seconds before it appears on the screen.
Yeah, so much processing going on just to pull all that information together. Yeah. Yep. Well, hopefully I can get out this week. Obviously, I won't have. Well, I might be able to get something developed. We'll have to see. if I shoot black and white, I can get something developed this week. That would be kind of fun. I need to get back in and develop some film. So
yeah. Well, I've tried the HC 110 last time on the 4x5, and I was quite happy with what it gave me. Yeah, because I've had a bit of trouble with that Rodinal.
Yeah, you're having the blotchies and yeah, I think it's HC. I mean, I have no complaints about HC 110. It's been, you know, it's just a good, solid, seems to work.
Well, I think
just about anything. Yeah,
it lasts 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. Well, that's part of the reason I have it, because I mean, my bottle is a third gone now, and I've had it for a year and a half. So
yeah, I just packaged mine on the small brown bottles with the wine saver corks. So I filled the bottles up. So it's a question of they should last forever now.
Theoretically, yeah. If you keep them out of light and without any air, that'll make a big difference as far as how long they last. So, yeah.
I've got the Bellini E6 in the corks as well. The developer, the developer and the reversal. I've got them all protected with pumping the air out the bottles.
Yep.
So I'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it'll last a lot longer. That's for sure. Now, how long that is, who knows? But it should be, I would think, at least 2 to 3 times as long as what you would normally get.
Yeah, it says on the packet they could last like 8 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks. Yeah. Well, but, we should be able to get 3 or 4 months out of them. If
I mean, just putting them in the bottles by that measure, you might even be able to get 5 or 6 months, which would be good.
We'll give it a go. We'll soon find out.
Yeah. You'll find out by the end of the summer. That'll be 3 or 4 months in, and you'll find out if it still works.
So when I stick a picture up and it's completely green, then we know
it doesn't work.
Yeah,
that developer doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, Dennis. Hey, thank you once again for staying up. Appreciate it. Hope you have good weather this week, and wish me good weather as well. I'm hopefully actually get this camera out and maybe use it, which would be a shock.
What's the weather like where you are then at the moment?
Oh, we're getting into summer. It's 80s, low to mid 80s, and humidity is getting higher and higher. So
that's coming up nicely then.
Yeah. It's it's sticky. I mean, that's based usually by June 1st. We're pretty much in the summer weather pattern, which is highs of 85 to 90 and humidity up there. So very.
I expect Joe would be in the 110s by now then.
Yeah, it's been a little cool there for him this last week, but yeah, he was a couple weeks ago. He was 104, 105, and yeah, there.
That's a bit too hot for me, I'm afraid.
Yeah, that's warm. It's dry, but anytime you get over 100, it's just hot. It doesn't matter if it's a dry heat or humid heat. I mean, it just that's
too hot.
yeah, that's too hot. So, but he's used to it, I guess. Everything's air conditioned, so you just have to be smart as far as when you're outside, I guess. So, all right, Dennis. Well, hey, have a great week. Hopefully, get some images. Keep my fingers crossed that I can get a few sheets of film exposed, and maybe I'll have something to show next week. So
yeah, I'll have another go. See if we can get some more 4x5s knocked out.
Okay, sounds good. All right. Have a good week, guys. We'll see you. All right.
Yeah. Bye.